and producing science vessels at a very, very high rate. So he's still playing a very good game on these 4 bases, can produce heavily. His main's pretty much shot at this point. Light natural expansion not producing quite as much as it did early on, but still those 2 new bases are a big help to him at this point. Getting engaging here a little bit close to the middle, a little bit close to his own bases, kind of just forcing some of those lurkers to death and not giving RorO any more openings. Of course, that those right side bases, especially that 3 o'clock, is significantly vulnerable. So RorO might want to try to go for another attack there. RorO at this point might try to just play his own denial game, has his 5 bases up, and try to pick up the 1130 for himself yet again. Try to go for another base. Has a bunch of defilers coming in here. Does look like he's going to try to go for an attack here at the 3. Not going to get CB successful. Did get a nice plague off on these forces. Light, meanwhile, has some answer. Is going to be forced back to those Dark Swarms coming off. Some of those nice radiates killing through those ground forces, though. Lurkers, meanwhile, I think it's actually swarming in towards the 3. Yes, they are. Try and just get to those SCVs. 1 Vulture in position. Just going to take a few shots at those. But the Lurkers are going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. A lot of those science cells being irradiated. So that's unfortunate for him. Meanwhile, the Lurkers just trying to kill as many SCVs as they can. Trying to deny the gas mining. Just trying to shoot all over the place. Finally going to see a scan come up. So the tank's going to take care of these pesky Lurkers. So RorO just trying to do a little bit of damage here and there, here and there. Every little bit counts for him at this point. But unfortunately for him, he's not really expanding. He's keeping up a number of forces. Losing some to mines. Youch. But still staying on the lair tech units. And Light seems to just get his own constant reinforcements at all times. So every little loss he takes, he doesn't take too many heavy losses. He's lost a lot of forces across the map, but he's always had an army presence. RorO is expanding at yet again at the 1130 at the upper right hand. Light yet again going to go for a drop here at the lower left hand position. The Zerg is already in place. And now it's going to come down. He's going to drop behind the minerals, so he's not going to just going to focus on those drone kills as many as possible. RorO spots this a little bit late in the happenings. The Marines are already in play. Don't see a single medic in there. Light not even yet, not even getting a medic. Just going to focus down those Zerglings and try to get as many of the drones as possible. Gets most of the drones. Some of them actually do just kind of flee to the right side of the hatchery. Look at that massive fleet. Oh, that is irradiated lurkers, irradiated defilers, a lot of irradiates. Dark Swarm going to come on top of these Marines at the lower left-hand position. So they're finally getting it die. That attack would have actually lived a long longer with medical support. Yet another attack here, the inside 9. The hatchery is still a little bit vulnerable. So we can see where the Light tries to go, picking off a lot of these drones. And this is what Life's doing, going for late game drops where you least expect just one single dropship. Attacks all over the place. Medic Green troops at the upper right hand. Only Marines, a lot of the places. Not really much medic support at this point, but it's kind of focusing on only getting Marines at this point. Just trying to utilize minerals for the most part, utilize his gas for other means. But it has a significantly larger force at the upper right position. Does seem like he's going to move off, stave, and try to engage some forces. A huge number of lurkers and defilers are going to come in that. Oh, nice play. Going to hit. Well, actually, not that nice. Only hitting one single science vessel. There's a nice play. Hitting. Oh, another nice play. Hitting every single science vessel. They're just going to get as many radiates off as they can, as the fire bats. And Medic Range is just going to smartly stave off and hold, because Light did do some significant damage, denying that upper right hand, doing a lot of damage to drones to the lower left hand at the inside 9 o'clock position. So Light slowly but surely getting back into this, and he might want to expand. I think he's holding off to either get the upper right hand or the inside 6 o'clock position, depending on whether he feels a little bit more dangerous. Has a lot of tanks out there on the field with upgrades at this point as well. Definitely don't see him doing any to mech only transition, but going very heavily on these tanks. The Scourge coming in, not getting a single science fall despite most of them being extremely heavily damaged. One Muta, that one Muta could do the damage needed. Light, unfortunately, losing, I think, a few science falls a little bit too late with his Medic Marines in place. But just slowly milling across the map, has a lot of siege tanks, and RorO needs a lot of Dark Swarms, a lot of Cracklings, a lot of Lurkers to try to go for this. Unfortunately, this entire game, still don't see a single ultralight coming from, just trying to stay on the lair. Think he just doesn't want to give up the resources, knows that he's not in as safe a position as he was in the second set, where he could just safely go for those. Well, another science vessel is going to go down there. I might see another one go down with that Scourge following it. And yet again, RorO going to go for this Lurker strategy. Bunch of the SCVs already taken off the line by Light, so he's only going to lose 3 of them. And going to float up everything in that position before he takes too much damage. But at this point, he's only really mining from those bases on the right side. 9 and 3, natural expansion, not really doing much of anything. Finally going to expand here at the 6 o'clock position. Take an additional base, which he really needs to continue the production that he's doing. And yeah, all of his SCVs basically came off that 3 o'clock position just straight, or actually from the natural, not too sure. Didn't see for the minimap. Some more mutalisks out there as well for RorO, so this is mostly going to be for those science vessel kills, and even the Hydra's going to be able to take care of a few of them with all that heavy damage. Yeah, look at all those sciences just fall down. Kablam. Yeah, that's what a plague will do to you. But still, I feel that Roro's just not in the best of position. He's getting some nice plagues off. The way I look at it, just feels like he's holding Light off. He's trying to get some nice damage, some nice harassment going, but it just feels like he's holding Light off, while Light at this entire point, all of this game, is kind of staying out there, slowly creeping up on Roro. Well, he's just trying to desperately hold him back. Feels like kind of the second set only reversed. So Roro's kind of trying to desperately hold in. As you can see, he has a surplus of minerals. And trying to do some hero attacks. Gonna go for a big attack. Spotting a lot of tanks there. Is he gonna have enough defilers? Getting some dark swarms off on top of those. Trying to get under those and close enough to those tanks. Gonna be able to take some of them out, but no one gonna be attacked here at the 11:30. The 9 o'clock position as well. And I think even Lights, yeah, straight after taking up this 11:30, which he managed to survive with his siege tanks, gonna creep up onto the 12 o'clock position. Meanwhile, his attack at the 9 is gonna get denied. No medic support. He's not, even without medic support, Hydra's gonna be able to take it down. But inside this 12 o'clock position, gonna get threatened. And this is really in Roro's backyard. He's in a lot of trouble. Gonna lose a lot of drones. That's a lot of mining. Can't bear to lose. Lurker's gonna come in from the back. Gonna get shelled right there. Not even gonna come in close to reinforcing. And I think that 12 o'clock position might finally go down. Hydra's and Defiler's going to come to support. They're going to get taken. Defiler going to go. No, going to get one Dark Swarm off on top of some of these Hydras. But medics to support, so that's a little bit of extra that you actually managed to survive. Might manage to finally take down that hatchery. Some of these Hydras coming in from the back to support Roro here, but he's losing a lot at this point. He's lost a lot of resources. Light has been doing a great job. Every time he goes for an attack, he goes for another attack somewhere else, while he kind of focuses one of the bases down, always does the damage he needs. Mining a lot here at the 6 o'clock position, building another command center to most likely float towards that upper right-hand base, just to continue all that mining. So he looks in a very strong position overall to take this game. And now even going to be upgrading into Hive at this 9 and putting down second colonies. That desperate to keep that one base. Meanwhile, going to get dropped yet again in the lower left-hand position. Something going to come out of this Nidus Canal. Light desperately trying to drop as fast as possible. Some of these Zergs are going to get caught. Dark Swarm going to come down. So the Armedics to support Light at this point for this attack. Might be able to hold off. You look at those Krakens just running like crazy. Ouch. So I think actually that attack, the lower left is going to get snuffed up for the most part. I think he actually still has a bit of a presence. Some Marines desperately still alive, but those Dark Swarms on top of him, that's not going to stay like that for too long. So unfortunately that attack fails, but still Light holding up. 3-2 upgrades on the Zergling forces, and unfortunately Roro's still not in a position where he can feel safe enough to go for Ultralisks. And really at this point he should just go, I think, for one final attack. Try to get it done. Just try to get it done. Go for a big move. Try to get it done. If he manages to take down the 6, that's a big lifeline denied. Light, meanwhile, he has all of his forces at the north, has to go for a counterattack. Siege Tank's going to go down. He has to go for a counterattack. He knows that even if he loses the 6 o'clock position, he's going to be able to float it up and get it back again. SCVs go down. They'd kind of rather not go down, go away. He's going to go across and try to threaten. He's going to be Defilers in position. Science's in position. Zerg fire bat at the front. Zerg Medic Marines, going to shoot down everything. Dark Storm going to come right on top of those forces. Plague going to come on top of the Science. Science is still in place. Another Dark Storm very close to the Siege Tank. Even more Siege Tank in position, though. And Medics are blocking Zerglings from even coming close to defensive matrices on top of the fire bats just to take everything out. And, oh, man. Roro is trying to just swarm everything out, those forces. But all those siege tanks, the Dark Swarm does nothing. Like the goggles, which do nothing. Light even expanding at the upper right hand. Going to be expanding at the level 30. So he's just going to swarm expos all over the place. He knows he has the map presence. He knows he has control of the game at this point. No big mistakes. And no real way for Roro to completely take out bases. Losing lurkers to mines at this point. And might deny this to 0-30, but he has to bust out because he's fully contained. A lot of those siege tanks. Gonna get a nice plague on those, but also his not position getting threatened again, only with a few firebats and medics at this point. And Zerg Cracklings coming from, okay, they're finally Marines also coming in, but I think these Cracklings might get it done. One firebat actually snuffs that out. So might finally see that hatchery, then later, then now Hive get taken down. Lurker still engaging some forces, no scan. But at that point, Roro really last minute just not in a position to get back in the game. Last few minutes, Light, slow, methodical dominance from Light. showing his strong TVZ. Both players pretty much running out of the booth, sweating like crazy. Rororo party going to take a shower. Light just sign that t-shirt and just get the hell out of there and need a freaking shower. Have a quarterfinals to practice for. So GG guys, ranching out this listening. Hope you enjoyed. This was a significantly enjoyable round of 16, and we got round of 8 now to work on. Look forward to that.